everybody, welcome back to Low Places Backyard Bar. In this video, I'm actually going to answer a few questions that I've had on my YouTube channel and about the bar and kind of what this place really is. So first question I have received a couple times is, what are the dimensions of the bar itself? Buddy there. That's Skipper. And so, got my measuring tape. I'm going to show you exactly what the measurements are. Okay, so measurements. The length of the bar from the wall is... My dog is not helping me. Skipper, I got. Look. Alright, so to the edge, 74.5 inches. Alright, so length, 74.5 inches. And the width, with the trim, is 26.5 inches. The bar top, my goodness, dog. Okay, go outside. Go out there. Get up. Go. Go. The actual bar top is a butcher block piece that I was able to get at Home Depot, and they come in about 25 inches in width. And so yeah, approximately 25 inches. I put this little lip along the edge just to any spillage and stuff, keeps it on the bar top. It's easier to clean off. Definitely don't have to have that. And I just went with the standard 25-inch width, which we like. And then I put this little corner piece on. So I actually ended up getting a longer piece of, because I knew I wanted it, what does that say, about 75 inches? But yeah, this, with minus the lip, is 75 inches. I wanted a 75-inch long bar top I can fit 3 or 4 stools up to. I ended up getting the next size up, which I believe is like a almost like an 8-foot piece. And then I cut it 75 inches, and I used the extension of the leftover to create a little edge over there. Oh, so that's the bar top. Now the height really is more of a preference, but for this, the height from the floor to the top of the bar is about 42.5. That's, keeping in mind the lip here. So it's about 42.5 inches to the top of the bar. These are kind of short bar stools. So, and I'm 6'1". So some people this seems to be a little bit high for me. It's fine. We can go with a little bit taller bar stools, but these are what I could find. And all right, so let me show you the inside of the bar. All right, now if you want to know how I did the framework, you're going to need to check out the video, one of my previous videos of me actually building it, to give you an idea of how I built the frame. But the workbench that's down here, from all the way back to the edge, is about 21 inches deep. So there's definitely some space up underneath, which is nice to, I put some shot glasses and some other glasses and some storage there. I do have LED lighting going all the way around inside, and the workbench is actually, well, come out to that lip, it ends up being 65.5 inches long. Usable space though, you want about 1 foot, but this is about 9.5 inches, which for me seems to be plenty of workspace. The height from the bench, I really measured it based on the mini fridge that I got, which is from the floor to underneath the workbench is about 34 inches. And I got just a little bit of clearance for that fridge. I think of what else I could tell you, I mean, this section here, length is 37.5 that's with the little trim, the lip piece there. Now, one of the other crucial measurements is the space between the base of the bar and like this lip area here. And I did some research online. It's about 10 inches. With the trim piece, it's about 10.5, 10.75 inches is this distance. So that way it gives you enough room to sit and you know, have your bar table there. The length of this frame to the wall is approximately about 70 inches. And this other extension, let me move this over here. This side is 25.5 inches. I had someone ask about the lighting and the lighting around the bar. So, sorry about that. Here I am. I put these little LED strip lights on Amazon. Did my research, looked to find which ones had the best reviews. This is the little remote. Has lots of different colors and everything you can do. And I just point it down here. See if we can turn this on, if you'll be able to see it. There he goes. This. And so it's just LED lights all along the bottom, all underneath there. Sorry, it's kind of a messy area. I have them all up by the bottles there. Now this shelf was an afterthought. We've got some of our friends that come over that just can't quite reach the top shelf like I can. So I put in, that's actually called the Lindsay shelf. That's its name. But then we have the lights all underneath here. And they all hook up underneath, well, back in there. There's a hookup back there. And it's really easy to put together. They have like a little sticky tape that just stuck to the bottom. Connect them all. It's pretty easy. About it. The actual lighting of the bar, the above the bar lighting, above the table, dartboard. We actually ran that electrical in once when we had everything exposed as we were building the place. And that light fixture is from Home Depot. Same thing with that one. And nothing too fancy, nothing too expensive. All right, so the size of the actual building, well, it's hard to call this really a building. It's a tough shed. I don't know if you've ever heard of tough shed, T-U-F-F, shed. They build sheds, and they build really good ones, really solid construction. But it is a 16-foot by 10-foot wide tough shed. And when we built this, I actually used it as a shed. I'm coming over here to the original entrance, which is right here. I enclosed this side for storage and such, but it's kind of messy in there. But look, there's the door. Got some plans for this. I'm gonna put some shelves in there at some point, but little closet rail system seemed to work pretty good. Just make sure I don't step in any skipper gifts back here. Just remembered another question I had was the bench, the corner bench. What are the dimensions of the bench? Again, there is a video that shows me building the whole thing, but I will quickly go over the measurements of this in this tiny little space. Huge upgrade when I built that. Everyone's been really happy. A lot more seating area than there was before. So let's go over the measurements of that. All right, so I'm gonna move the table out of the way. Okay, so this is, I don't know the size of your room if you're looking at doing a project like this. You can make this as long as you want, but the height of the bench from the floor framework wise, is only like 17.5 inches. See, 17 inches. So 17 inches high seemed to be a good height based on sitting and stuff. Sorry that the bed's a little dirty. A lot of people sit there, use it as extra storage. So these things just come right out. The backer, I gave a little space underneath here so that way I can get these seat cushions out easily. But the cushions are at 24 inches wide. Same thing with this, 24 inches wide. So those are all the same. The depth, let's see, that's right there. The depth about 10.5 inches. Get that right. Oh no, oh, I got 10.5 inches. I was reading something else. The depth is, what's that, 21.5? 21.5 inches deep. Yeah. Let's get that part. 21.5 inches deep. Don't know what else I can say about that. If you have any questions, let me know. Feel free to ask. One of the things you always need in any bar is a tip jar. And I couldn't think of a better tip jar than this one. Just put the tip in. See how it feels. Another question I had was the floor. Now, this is not your typical shed type floor. Let's take a quicker look. It's actual real wood. It's not plywood. It's not pressed board. I ended up ripping out the whole entire floor in the conversion process and put in a 2x6. Well, it's just regular lumber. I believe this is actually Douglas fir. 2x6 Douglas fir. And I screwed it all in with actual wood metal screws. So the screws that are designed to penetrate metal, because on these tough sheds, the framework and all the supports are actually metal, aluminum. And normal deck screws would not have worked. But that was a lot of fun. Again, in one of the previous videos, you can see me replacing the floor. But I stained it after everything was done. I sanded it all down because I didn't want to power wash it. So I just swept it up and sanded it really good. And then I put down a coat of stain. And the stain that I used is a PPG Prolux. And it is mahogany. I don't know if that still looks like mahogany mixed in with a lot of dirt. I wanted that rustic look. I've mopped it. It still has a dirty look to it. But that's okay. It's a bar. It's a rustic bar. And it works. Another question I had was from what it looks like, reclaimed wood. So this looks like old reclaimed barn wood. That was the initial or original idea anyhow. But they are fence boards, pre-stained fence boards that I got from Home Depot. And at the time, which was a couple of years ago now, it ended up being like 60 cents a linear foot, which I don't know if you're looking at getting reclaimed wood. I don't know where you are, but over here, it was about $3.50 a linear foot. So kind of a no-brainer to go with this route versus the actual real thing. And nobody can tell. Everyone thinks it's old barn wood because you got differences in color. You got spots here and there. Turned out great. Now, why did I screw them all in versus nail gun? I don't know. My fear was the nailing them in. I did not want them to split. So I pre-drilled or tapped a little hole in and then screwed everyone in. Way more time consuming. If I were to redo it, a finishing nailer would have worked perfectly. And that's, I actually had another project I did here at the house, and that's what I did. And yeah, definitely a lot easier. I did get a question about the mirror. And I had this custom made. There's a company that's actually on Amazon. That's how I ordered it. They have all these different templates that you can use. You don't have to have beer mugs. You can have all kinds of stuff. Some people may have them where it's just their family's name or something. But I'll put a link in the description below if you're really interested in getting a custom mirror made. They're not cheap. I think this was a few $100. I don't know what they are now, but definitely worth it. Makes this place really look professional, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to look like a real bar, and I think I nailed that. Now, just to do a quick tour of the roof here that I built. This is an add-on. Basically just regular plain bare cedar fence boards, and just kind of stacked them on top of each other. It's not 100% waterproof, but I love the look, and it's cedar, so it's going to last a long time. I'll probably put some stain on there or seal it up this spring or summer, but looks pretty good. And here is the metal gazebo, and there's a video of us putting it all together. The whole neighborhood got together, and there's the deck. Could use a good cleaning and stain. Do that this spring. What else? Well, I think that's about it. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.